Hello, hello, my style icons. Welcome back to Life in Style with Brianna Cantore. That's me, and this is your mental vacation, the best destination to be, besides maybe Portugal, which I'm going soon for the first time ever. And I'm so excited, feeling so blessed that I get to take a trip to what looks like just a gorgeous, gorgeous country in Europe. Today we have a main event, as in MANE, because we're going to be talking about all things hair. So the topics we'll be hitting on are the products I use in my hair, nutrition that affects your hair, supplements, tools, the rituals I do, and things that are new on the scene in terms of hair growth and hair health. So let's dig into it. Before we begin, this episode is in support of Feed the Children organization, a leading anti hunger nonprofit I am a donor of. It's one that means a lot to me, so go check them out. So let's get started. Here are the products I use on my hair. And to be honest, I don't use a ton of products because I'm always worried about one, the scalp buildup of the oils and products that you put on your hair, because a healthy scalp is important for healthy hair. And we're going to get into that. And two, because I've dealt with acne and sensitive skin in the past, I don't want too much product on my hair rubbing off on my skin and disrupting that skin barrier that I worked so hard to build up. So I don't use a ton of hair products, but here are the ones I use, and I try to use products that are pretty clean. They're not all 100% organic, so they're not the cleanest I can use. I'm still learning and finding products that are clean but also efficacious and work for me. But overall, they're pretty safe to use. So I wash my hair either one or two times a week. My hair is on the thicker side and on the drier side. Moisture is something I definitely need to work on with my hair. So I don't wash it too much, and I use Vegamore shampoo and conditioner, the Hydrate line. It has really helped with the moisture levels in my hair. My hair always feels really silky and shiny after I use it, and I get it at Sephora. So I'm really happy with that line. And for the most part, the ingredients in the shampoo and conditioner are clean. There's no sulfates, no silicones or parabens or formaldehyde releasing preservatives. So overall, it's a clean formula. The only thing in there that I don't love is the fragrance, but overall, there's nothing harmful in this shampoo and conditioner, so I definitely recommend them. And then after I wash my hair, get out of the shower, I put in a leave-in conditioner. Right now, I'm using the Briogeo Don't Despair Repair Miracle Mist, and that's another line that's pretty clean. They do a great job, and their products are efficacious. Their Don't Despair Repair line, I've even used the shampoo and conditioner in it, work really well for adding moisture back into the hair. I only switched from the Briogeo shampoo and conditioner to the Vegamore because I just wanted to try another brand, but both of those brands have really great formulas. They're efficacious, they're effective, and for the most part, they are clean. They don't contain any of those sulfates and silicones and things that we don't want on our bodies and in our bodies. From the Vegamore line of products, I also have their Grow Hair Serum. I have pretty long hair at this point, but I always love to use products that continue to support that hair growth because that's something that does slow down and change as we age. So it's something I like to stay on top of, and I use that serum. I mean, you're supposed to use it like every day, but I probably use it about 3 times a week when I do a scalp massage, and I really just get it in there. It's really lightweight, so it doesn't feel clogging at all to the scalp, and it doesn't affect your hair in terms of making it oily, greasy looking, or dirty. It kind of just absorbs nicely and you can't even tell you put any product in your hair. So that's great. That's what I look for in hair serums because the last thing you want is putting these serums on your freshly blown out hair, or maybe your hair is 1 or 2 days since washed, and you can still, keep it going, not wash it yet, and then put this product in, and then it looks greasy and gross, and then you're forced to wash it. So I like the Vegamore hair grow serum. They also have, I think it's called Grow Plus, and that's an even stronger formula if you're really looking for that extra support in hair growth. So I would definitely check it out. Now, because my hair does need extra support in terms of moisture and reversing some damage from, say, highlights or coloring done to it, I also do a hair mask in the shower after I condition my hair. Technically, you can skip conditioner and just do a hair mask on nights that you want to mask it up, but my hair does need that moisture help, that support. So I do both. And I had been using the Crown Affair Renewal Mask, and I really liked it. It made my hair very, very shiny. I would put it on after my conditioner, and then I would shave and exfoliate my body and then rinse it out because it needs to stay on your hair for about 5 to 10 minutes. But when I was actually doing some research for this episode, I learned that there's a form of silicone in it, which I wasn't aware of because actually I purchased this mask for the first time from a store that only sells quote unquote clean products. And not to say that this isn't a clean product, it is labeled clean at Sephora, but everyone's standards of clean are different. And I am trying not to use silicones in my skincare and my hair care. It is very hard. It seems like they're in everything. And come to find out, there is silicone in this mask. Now, that doesn't mean I don't recommend it because it does work very well. I just wanted to put it out there that that is something I noticed, and I am out of the product. So I'm in the market for a new hair mask. And after much research, I decided I'm going to try Sienna Naturals Plant Power Vegan Hair Mask. That formula seems to be squeaky clean, and it's not too bad in price. It's available on Revolve, but before I recommend it to you, I am going to try it myself to make sure it is effective, that it works, because that is the thing with organic and clean products. Sometimes they're not as effective as the products with those harsher ingredients in them. So it's like, well, which one do you use then? And for me, I'm trying to live as low toxin as possible. So once I do find out something I don't like, I do try to replace the product and find something different. So let me be the guinea pig. Let's see if this hair mask is as good as it seems. Now, in the meantime, now that I'm out of a hair mask, I've just been using stuff in my kitchen as a hair mask to just add some moisture back into my hair. And here's some things you can use that you may have in your kitchens as well to throw on your hair on wash day. So, the last time I washed my hair, I used a combination of organic coconut oil and olive oil. I mixed it together in a bowl, threw it on my hair, avoided the scalp because I was afraid that it might be a little bit too dense to be interacting with my scalp. You don't want to clog your scalp. That's very bad. So I avoided my scalp, just put it on the lower half of my hair, and honestly that's where I need to focus on anyway, especially, my ends, they tend to get drier. So coconut oil and olive oil works really well for hair. Also honey. I should have put honey in that mask. I didn't, but I will next time because honey draws moisture into the hair. And then the coconut oil and the olive oil just really condition the hair. So that honey is something great to add into those formulas to act kind of like how a hyaluronic acid acts, is drawing moisture into whatever it's on, either skin or hair. And then aloe. Aloe is great for hair, and I always have aloe in my fridge, little pieces of aloe that I cut up and keep in a glass container. It works great for skin as well. If I'm ever broken out or irritated, that is one of my little secrets that I keep in my back pocket. I'm not sure if I mentioned that on the skincare episode, but if I didn't, I'm sorry about that. I didn't mean to gatekeep aloe because it's truly one of the most healing plants that God, the universe, whatever higher power you believe in, blessed us with. And so aloe also makes a great hair mask because it hydrates your hair and your scalp. And a hydrated scalp is a happy scalp. We definitely want to pay attention to our scalp health. That will make all the difference in our hair. Okay, so that's pretty much all the products I use in my hair. Once in a while, I'll use a gel or something if I want to do a slick back bun, but that's really not often. I typically am just rocking my hair down with, the scalp serum that I use, no hairspray, nothing like that. And yeah, that's what works for me. So that takes us to nutrition. So, for this portion of the episode, I looked up what nutrition is important for hair health. And then within those categories, I listed out the foods that I eat of those out of those options. So, number one is protein. Hair is made of protein, so it's very important that we support it with protein intake. And out of the proteins that are good for hair, the ones I eat are eggs, wild caught salmon, organic grass fed beef. I'm newly back eating some red meat. I was off of it for a while when I was in the trenches with my gut issues, my gluten intolerance, and now that my gut health is in a better state, I'm able to consume a little bit of red meat and lentils. Oh, I love a lentil soup. My mom makes a great lentil soup. I like making it as well, and it's one of those foods that it's a plant-based wonder. It's a really great protein and so yummy. There's nothing better than a homemade lentil soup. I'm not one of those people that will force myself to eat tons and tons of protein in a day. I simply can't digest all of that, but I do make sure that my meals do contain protein, even if it's just a little bit, because it's great for muscle building and of course great for our hair, like we're learning now, and our skin. So protein is definitely important, but don't listen to all the online noise that you need 100 million grams of protein a day. Eat as much as you can digest and feel good after. Eat with intention. That's how I go about it. And so, next, number two, omega-3 rich foods. This helps support shiny hair and scalp health. So, again, scalp health is very important for healthy hair because if those if our scalp is clogged in any way or dry in any way, that's going to result in the hair growing, or honestly prevent some hair from growing, but growing in damaged or brittle or not dense. So scalp health is very important. And some omega-3 rich foods that I eat are, again, wild caught salmon, chia seeds. I love putting chia seeds on my oatmeal in the morning or in my yogurt bowls if I make a yogurt bowl for breakfast or even lunch sometimes. A great easy way to sneak in some chia seeds and walnuts. So walnuts are a great nut. They're also great for your brain, for your skin. I go on and off with walnuts. Sometimes I forget to purchase them, but now actually doing this episode, it's reminding me I need to restock on walnuts, and they are rich in omega 3s, so they're great for your hair. Number three, iron rich foods. So low iron can result in hair shedding. And this is interesting because I've been doing now an at-home blood test for I just submitted my second one. I'm using the Function Health at-home blood test, and the first test found that I am low in iron, which makes a lot of sense because I've been feeling a little tired and groggy more than usual, couldn't figure out what exactly was wrong, and come to find out I have low iron, and I noticed that my hair was shedding more than usual. So I'm guessing it's from that. So now I'm taking an iron supplement, but also going to focus on incorporating more iron rich foods into my diet. And those foods consist of pumpkin seeds, which actually I do eat. I like putting pumpkin seeds, again, sneaking them in my oatmeal or my yogurt bowls, and I actually also put them on my avocado toast. If I make a gluten-free sourdough avocado toast for lunch, I'll put some pumpkin seeds on them because I knew that they're good not only for iron, but for your digestion. So ladies, check your iron levels. I think more of us are low in iron than we realize. Spinach is also rich in iron. I do need to eat more spinach, but I do I do put spinach in some of my meals, or I'll saute some spinach as a side. Lentils, again, are rich in iron, and organic ground beef, which I have been eating a little bit of. Like I said, another iron rich food. So I haven't been eating red meat again for a long enough time to see it really come into effect in my overall health, but I'll report back. And number four, vitamin C rich foods. This supports collagen production and helps our bodies support iron. So actually, I learned this when I started taking the iron supplement, is that it should be taken with a vitamin C supplement to help it absorb into your body. And that was no problem. I was already on a vitamin C supplement. I use the Beekeeper's Natural Vitamin C because it's great for your skin as well, right? So now in the morning when I take the iron supplement, I take the vitamin C supplement with it to make sure that iron is absorbing into my body. It's really crazy that one thing affects the other, affects the other. But one thing I recommend is that if you are someone taking supplements, make sure that you're also including the nutrition or the supporting supplements or nutrient for that thing that you're wanting in your body to fully absorb. Absorption is just as important as taking the actual supplement, right? And low quality supplements I know have, can have poor absorption rates. So make sure that the quality is there in what you're taking, and then make sure your nutrition is supporting your health as well. Obviously, nutrition should come first, and then the supplements just enhance the nutrition. So, foods that I eat that are rich in vitamin C, kiwi. I love kiwi. It is so good. And it's so good for your skin, high in vitamin C, great for your hair as well. Strawberries, I love strawberries. Ah, there's nothing like a juicy, delicious strawberry, bell peppers, and broccoli. I love broccoli. I go on and off with that as well. Sometimes I forget to include it in my meals, always in Brooklyn's meals, but sometimes forget for my own. But now I'm reminding myself again, stay consistent with your broccoli intake. And then that takes us to zinc. Zinc is important for our hair growth and follicle health. And you can find zinc again in pumpkin seeds Oysters, that's fun and fancy. I love a good oyster. Just be careful where you get them from because I had an incident once. Oh my God, I was throwing up for a whole day. Cashews, love cashews. They're one of my favorite nuts, and I love cashew butter as well. And beef, ground beef, make sure you're buying high quality beef, no antibiotics, organic, grass fed, all the things, regenerative farming. Make sure that you're buying beef that can actually help your nutrition, help your bodies, help you grow stronger instead of populating your body with just more antibiotics and junk, to be honest. Okay, next, my favorite category, healthy fats. I'm great at consuming these. Healthy fats are great for scalp hydration and hair shine. You can find them in avocado. I love avocado. I eat a few avocados a week. I love avocado toast on a gluten-free sourdough, like I was talking about before. Also with eggs. I'm just big on avocado. Olive oil as well. I love olive oil. That's the Italian in me. It's the only oil I cook with besides avocado oil in case I need something with a slightly higher smoke point. But olive oil has a higher smoke point than you think, so you can use it to cook most things. Nuts. I'm not a big snacker because I'm somebody that needs to give my body the time and space to digest fully in between meals. But if I do want a little snack, I definitely go to nuts. I love nuts and seeds and coconut. Coconut is a healthy fat. I love coconut oil, coconut water, and I would like to actually eat the actual coconut more. I need to do that. This is a good reminder for that because it is a healthy fat. Okay, next, collagen supporting foods. This helps our hair strength and structure, and you can find that in bone broth. I love bone broth. It is great to drink first thing in the morning, so you're immediately hitting your body with vitamins and nutrients, and you feel so energized after you drink it. Great to drink before your coffee. And that was a ritual I was on for a while. I kind of have fallen off with it, but I'm still using it here and there, maybe a few times a week. And I like to actually make my own bone broth because then I can not include certain ingredients in it that are not dog safe and give it to Brooklyn as well. Bone broth is as good for their collagen as it is for ours, great for their joints. So, bone broth is a collagen supporting food as well as berries, love fruit. It's so just hydrating, rich in fiber, which fiber is important, and high in antioxidants. So I love eating berries, citrus fruits. I love a lemon water in the morning, and leafy greens. Obviously, leafy greens are important. I love a leafy green salad with a protein on it and olive oil for lunch. It's like my favorite kind of lunch. It's so refreshing. And then last but not least, vitamin A foods. Vitamin A foods support healthy scalp oil production. And you can find vitamin A in sweet potatoes. I love a sweet potato. Oof, just love potatoes in general. But a good sweet potato with a little butter, a little salt and pepper. My God. Carrots and kale. I love kale in my salad. There's something about the texture of kale I really like with actually, that's another good place where I like to put the pumpkin seeds is a kale salad with some pumpkin seeds and olive oil and a wild caught salmon and maybe some cherry tomatoes. That's all you need. And that's a delicious meal that's supporting our body with the nutrition it needs and also very hair healthy. I'm just saying. Okay, we've gotten nutrition out of the way. Now let's talk about supplements, supplements for hair. I really don't take a lot of supplements targeted at my hair. I get enough of that hair supporting nutrition in my diet. But here's what I do take. I take Holy Mane, which is a marine collagen and pearl powder by Agent Nature. You've heard me speak about it before. I love supporting the collagen in my body because after a certain age, I think around 25, we start to lose about 1% of collagen a year, so they say. And so I like to support collagen in any way I can. And I originally started taking this actually for my gut lining because my gut lining was so compromised with all the issues I had going on with the gluten intolerance and inflammation. And I read that collagen supplements can help your body rebuild its gut lining. So that's why I originally started taking Holy Mane. And then the effects on my hair were just a, a nice consequence of this ritual. It definitely helps with my hair shedding. And I do see a difference when I'm taking it versus when I'm not in my hair density. It is a great product. She designed it or created it with Dr. Will Cole, who is a very well respected doctor. I love listening to his podcast. I'll link it in the show notes. And I love this product. It is on the pricier side, but it is a high quality supplement. You know, the quality is there versus a lot of the other junk that's on the market. Okay, and the next thing is not a supplement, but it's somewhat related. Like I mentioned earlier, I started doing an at-home blood test. Don't be scared of this. There's literally no needle. It's this little button that you put on your arm, or I think you can put it actually wherever you kind of want. And it takes a few minutes, gets a tiny bit of blood, and you mail it right in, and you get these results that you won't necessarily get when you go to a conventional doctor because at the conventional doctor, I find a lot of times they're just looking at overviews and not going as granular in the results as this allows you to. So even though I do go to the conventional doctor and get blood work, it wasn't until I took this at-home blood test that I found out I had low iron, and that was something that I should pay attention to and try to fix. So, now I'm taking an iron supplement, like I said earlier, and iron is essential for delivering oxygen to hair follicles. So that's why, if we are low in iron, you are going to experience hair shedding or even hair loss. And then, of course, I said this earlier, but just to repeat myself again, I take the vitamin C supplement to support the iron absorption, but transparently, I was already taking the vitamin C supplement before I started taking the iron supplement because it's just something that I like to include in my supplement routine. So that's all I take as far as supplements for my hair. But I do want to mention my sister, who has very different hair from me. I have a little bit thicker, more dense, fuller, and on the drier side hair. She has thinner, blonde, beautiful hair, and hair growth and hair thickness is something that she's working on. And so she started taking Well Bell. She swears by it. She sees so much new growth. So does her hairstylist. And that's how you know something is working for your hair when your stylist mentions, oh, wow, your hair has gotten so much thicker, so much healthier. So she really loves Well Bell. She swears by it. She came to visit me here in Miami and forgot it. So she ordered it right away on Amazon because she can't live without it. So I will link that if you are someone that is trying to promote hair growth and want some extra assistance with supplements. I recommend trying that one out. It has a great reputation. I know a lot of people on my Instagram, I see them taking it, and it seems to be working great for them as well. And my sister is living proof that it works. Okay, next subject, hair tools. What hair tools do I use? So currently I'm using the Dyson Airwrap. I've had it for quite a while now, definitely maybe 4 years. And that's my main styling tool. I use it to blow dry my hair and also add a soft wave back into my hair. I do have wavy hair with like some random pieces being curly and even some random pieces being straight because they're damaged from highlights. So my hair is kind of a mix of everything, but baseline is wavy when it's healthy. And I find that the Dyson is a really easy way to blow it out. I know that it's on the more expensive side, but it's been a fantastic investment for me. I mean, prior to COVID, I was getting a blowout once a week at those blow dry bars to help, style my hair and look good for the weekends. And obviously, COVID changed my life and many of our lives in ways in which we act and socialize and behave. I'm definitely not hitting the bars as much as I once was. Doesn't mean I won't get back to it. I don't drink alcohol, but I still go and have fun. But, anyways, I'm not out on the town as much as I once was, but I also like to keep my hair still looking good and polished because it could look a little messy if I don't blow it out or something. So instead of going and spending the time and the money getting a weekly blowout, I invested in the Dyson and now it's definitely paid for itself 10 times over. I love all the different attachments. I mainly use the round one that kind of makes it look like a curling iron to just add, like I said, that wave back into it. But they also have some straight attachments as well. I can't really wear my hair straight in Florida because it's way too humid. So I stick to a wavy hairstyle for for my main hairstyle. I also have the beach waver for when I want a more stylized curl slash wave, kind of like a loose curl in my hair. So this is great for when I'm going out, for date night, and for when I just want to look a little extra glam, I would say. So when I use the beach waver, I'll just get my hair dry with the Dyson, but not actually use any of the styling tools, and then I'll go in and style it with the beach waver. And the beach waver isn't the cheapest curling iron you can get. It's also not the most expensive. It's kind of right in the middle. But I will say I love the style I achieve with it. So I think it's worth the investment, at least it was for me. And then I also have a triple barrel waver. This creates that, sort of mermaid aquamarine look that I wear sometimes. And that's great for when, to be honest, sometimes I get out of the shower and I don't want to fucking dry my hair at all. Like I'm just not into it that night. So I'll let my hair air dry. It'll look crazy and wavy, kind of mermaidish already. And then I'll just go in with the triple barrel waver and just fix some pieces. I'm not sure what brand I have. I think it's Conair. Believe I got it at like a CVS. So I'll try to find it online and link it because it does work really well and it was not expensive at all. Now for my simple tools, a comb. I keep a comb in the shower because a hairdresser taught me this trick. You need to comb in the products into your hair when you're washing your hair and conditioning it for them to fully penetrate. So, especially my conditioner and my hair masks, I'll use my comb to comb the product all the way through and make sure every strand or as much as my hair as possible is receiving that product so I can really help heal those damaged strands. So I use that especially for the hair mask, not the shampoo. The shampoo, I just really use my hands. I really try to get into my scalp, really massaging the product into my scalp to get it as clean as possible. But for anything that's conditioning my hair and mainly the hair mask, I'll use the comb and make sure that product is getting spread everywhere. And then it's nice too because then your hair ends up being tangle free when you get out of the shower, which it was not before. So leave a comb. I have like a plastic, I think, or maybe it's like acrylic, I don't really know, but a waterproof comb in your shower so that way you can use it for your conditioner. Just leave it in there. Don't take it in and out because then you'll forget. Now, as far as a brush goes, I thought I was using the right brush. It has these metal tips and was supposed to help support scalp health, but I learned that you should be using a boar bristle brush to help soften and improve the texture of your hair. So I have not invested in this yet. Like I said, we need to do things slowly, right? Make the changes slowly, and you hate wasting product. But my brush is getting a little funky. I've had it for many years. So it may be time to take the advice of a hairstylist who told me this, that a boar bristle brush is the best brush you can use. So maybe time to invest in that. And I found one that I want that has great reviews on Amazon. So I'll link that in the hair edit. And as far as accessories go, I love claw clips. I love no damage hair elastics and a scrunchie. But to be honest, I really can't have my hair pulled back in a hair elastic too much anymore. I end up getting a headache. So I really wear my hair down most of the time. And if I want my hair out of my face, some days I just get so overstimulated by my hair. I don't know what it is. And I need to bring it off my face. I'll use a claw clip. Um, and then occasionally I'll wear, a slick back bun. I love the look of that. It ends up hurting my head. And then the last one I want to talk about, I actually forgot to write it down on my note cards. I can't believe it because I feel so passionate about this, but I just remembered is my shower filters. So in my shower, in my bathroom, I have the Jolie shower filter. And then in my guest bathroom, I have the Canopy. I wanted to try both brands, see which one I liked better. I think they're both great, and the shower filter just really removes the harsh chemicals in that water. It softens the water so that way it's less damaging to our hair and our skin. So it has benefits for both, obviously. And let me tell you, oh my God, you guys, when I first moved to Florida from New Jersey, my fucking hair and skin freaked out, and I was so upset. It was like overnight, my hair was so dry and awful looking, just like terrible. And my skin had all these bumps and it was so rashy. And I did not arrive in Florida that way. So I was like, what in the fuck is going on? I ended up going to a local salon, and the hairdresser, thank God for her, she was literally an angel sent to me, told me, I think that, and she was so nice about it, but she's like, I think you need a filter in your shower. I see this all the time. Trust me on this. So I did it and it was like an immediate change back to my normal self. So I forget her name, but wherever you are in the universe right now, that salon has since closed. Thank you because you changed my life. And with that being said, especially if you live in Florida, put the fucking filters on your shower. You should have them everywhere because why not, right? I mean, we're bathing in this water, and even states like New York, when I lived in New York, I was told, "Oh, New York has the cleanest water." And that's honestly bullshit. There's shit in the water everywhere, right? So put the filters on your shower heads. It is a little bit of an investment, but it's an investment towards your health, right? So I definitely recommend either Jolie or Canopy, and I'm sure there's some other brands out there. Those are the ones I have, and they do work great. Okay, now I want to talk about some hair rituals that I've started, which are not only great for your hair, but I find that self care, at least for me, has really helped calm down my nervous system. I, for so many years, lived in fight or flight mode. And honestly, I'm still exiting it, right? I'm still healing is a journey that is never ending, right? And these rituals that I've implemented just really help me slow down, help me live in the moment, and really promote healing all throughout my body. So, one ritual I do for my hair, and this is also for my skin, is I have a red light therapy panel. It's about, I would say, a foot and a half tall, and I keep it in my bathroom. I turn it on when I wake up in the morning and brush my teeth, have it glaring on my face and my hair, and I also have it on when I perform my skincare and putting lotion on my body. So I consistently am getting that red light exposure. And now, red light for hair can potentially increase your hair density and thickness over time. The thing with red light is you do need to stay consistent with it in order to experience its benefits. So that's why I keep it right there in my bathroom and do my red light rituals every day. Another thing I started doing is I purchased a wooden scalp massager and I give myself scalp massages, even if it's just for 2 minutes a day. It's better than not doing it at all. And I actually started this to help relieve some tension I was feeling in my jaw, but it also is obviously great for your hair because you're increasing the blood flow to your scalp and you're helping deliver oxygen and nutrients to your hair follicles by doing so. So, I definitely recommend giving yourself a scalp massage. And this is when I'll go in and put that serum on my scalp and then use the wooden scalp massager and make these gentle circular motions. Sometimes I do get put in, a little bit more pressure if I really want to get things moving and release some fluid and some tension that I really feel built up. But don't go crazy. You don't need to go that hard or deep. Just some nice, gentle, circular, and back and forth motions all over your scalp. I swear the tension this helps release is amazing. So that's pretty much all I do for my hair. But before we go, I do want to touch on some things that are the latest and greatest in hair technology and treatments that I'm currently not doing, but I've read about online and in magazines and stuff. So, one of them being an AI powered scalp analysis. I've never gone to one of those scalp treatment bars where they, take a picture of your scalp and give you these amazing scalp treatments, but it's definitely on my list. I would love to do so. I heard afterwards your hair is like the cleanest it's ever been, which sounds amazing to me. And from these AI powered scalp analyses, I don't know how to say that, but they can personalize treatments for you based on your scalp inflammation, your oil production, and your hair density. So, if you're someone that's struggling with your hair or just want a nice spa day with the girls, like I think this would be something so fun to do with my sister, then definitely visit one of those scalp treatment boutiques or salons. I need to look up one in Miami and see where I want to go try this. Another thing I've heard about is exosome hair treatments. They typically are delivering the exosomes through micro needling into your scalp. And exosomes are particles released by cells that carry protein, growth factors, and genetic signals to help your cells communicate and repair tissue. So, exosomes are all natural, something that we already have in our body. Exosomes are really big in skincare right now as well. I have a serum with exosomes in it, and actually, I do think it is helping repair the tone and texture of my skin. So I'm very interested in this. And I think this could be something that's great for people who are experiencing some significant hair shedding or hair loss, especially men. I know, they struggle with that. So that's something, natural that you can check out. A great alternative to some of the harsher hair treatments that are out there. And then a lot of microneedling in general. I hear about microneedling of the scalp. I think Lauren Bostic talks about this, that she microneedles her scalp, and I've heard other people say it as well. And then light therapy. I read that, beyond red light therapy, they're working on advancing the technology of different light therapies to help promote not only hair growth, but overall health and longevity in us humans. So that's fantastic to hear because I'm already receiving or experiencing great results from my daily red light therapy. So I can only imagine what is next in the world of light therapy. And with that being said, that takes us to the end of this episode. Thanks for hanging out with me. My outfit of the day is, well, my top is Helsa Studio. I love Helsa Studio. It's just really such a cool brand, and their clothing is cut so well. And I just have a girl crush on Elsa Hosk. She's impeccable. Her style is amazing. And anyway, my jeans are a gold, they're butter yellow. I'm loving this green and butter yellow combo. My shoes, leather flip flops, like I spoke about in the summer trend report. We all need a good pair of leather flip flops. These are from Zara. Yeah, and I'm just loving this color combination today. The green, the yellow, the brown, just so funky for me. And so that's my outfit of the day. And I want to close every episode with an affirmation. So today's affirmation is, I take care of myself because I love myself. I'm going to repeat it again. Let's all say it together. I take care of myself because I love myself. Look in the mirror and tell yourself this. I take care of myself because I love myself. This episode is in support of Feed the Children, a nonprofit leading anti hunger organization. Check them out. Have a beautiful day and be blessed. And I'll see you next time.